So I just finished this drawing, and while it was fresh on my mind, I wanted to talk about everything surrounding it. Sometimes there are off days, and some days, well, the same days, pretty much everything just goes wrong. At the end of the day, when you're really tired and, you really want to draw something, sometimes you're just so tired that you can't get it the way you want it to. So I wanted to talk about this while it was fresh on my mind, even though my eyes are so tired. I've been doing things all day. But on the off days are okay. It's just, today in particular was a little bit stressful. I was getting ready to record this drawing at about 11:30. As I was getting ready to record, I got everything set up, I got the camera set up, and then I decided to go the incorrect way around the camera, and I tripped over the cord. The camera fell and landed on its head. The alignment just got totally messed up. That was a little bit stressful. I wasn't gonna be able to record with it. Luckily, it all got fixed. I knew everything was gonna be okay. It was just a matter of problem solving and waiting for a solution or trying to find a solution myself. But just thinking about it made me exhausted. So, it was fine. Oddly enough, my fatigue or my exhaustion didn't really hinder me from wanting to draw this. And so I was still, ready to draw. I tried to start it like I usually do, which is getting all the biggest and darkest shapes. So if you look back and forth between the drawing and the reference, you can kind of tell what's going on. I did this twice, and I actually forgot that I did this a first time. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I drew a Cosmic Baron from Doom the Dark Ages, my third Doom drawing in a row. Oh well. I drew the Cosmic Baron too big on the paper, and obviously I wasn't about to just erase the whole thing and do it on the same page. So after about 30 minutes, maybe not even that, maybe 20 minutes, I got a new piece of paper out. I started again, and I did it smaller this time so it actually fit onto the page. I really wanted to get the right arm, the highlight on the hook of the right arm, because it's just the creature's just so weird. The first time it just wasn't gonna fit. So I got a new one, I started again. I did the same thing. I tried to get the darkest shapes, the biggest shapes, the most defining shapes onto the page. And I had two references. I had the regular one, just the screenshot, and then I went into Photoshop and I darkened it a lot. So I started out with the darkest one so that I could see the biggest shapes more easily. But then I decided, okay, I can't really tell what's going on. It's blending into the background too much, so I went to the original screenshot. It took a long time. Well, okay, I'll get to that in a second. Just wait a second. I tried to think of what I was gonna smooth out with the pastel tool, and I knew I was gonna do the face and the upper body like I did with the Hell Knight. I couldn't really figure out what to and what not to smooth out. It was just a little bit confusing, and it's weird because when you have on days, you know exactly what you're gonna do and everything turns out exactly how you predicted it or how you wanted it to turn out. But then on these off days, it's just okay, I'm looking back and forth and I'm squinting and I'm making one mark and then sitting back for 10 seconds and then making another one, sitting back for 10 seconds because I can't get it. It's basically the same that I do every time. It's just this time it was a little bit more difficult. I don't really know if it was more difficult or if it just felt like an eternity. It's all just a blur at this point. I tried to press record as soon as possible after I finished the drawing so I didn't forget anything. Oh yeah, at one point I started with the natural charcoal like I always do, and when I kind of got it to a point that I thought it was okay, I went with the compressed charcoal. Eventually I went from the original reference and I was looking at the darkened reference. Side note, I don't really like to edit my references. If I ever do anything from life, I gotta practice just doing things how they look, not making things easier on myself. If I'm gonna take every reference that I have and put just a black and white filter on it, and so I don't have to think about the values when the color is there, if I ever draw from life, it would be more difficult for me to figure out the values with the colors on there. So I don't like fixing references, but I did it this time because I was just so tired. I was I'm just gonna darken it a little bit just to make things easier. But it didn't make things easier, it actually made things a little bit harder. So, you learn your lesson. I wanted it to be really dark for some reason, just because of the subject matter, I guess. I didn't really know what to confine the compressed charcoal to. It was gonna go everywhere, inevitably, because I'm way too excited about the compressed charcoal. I put natural charcoal on there, and then when I grab the compressed charcoal, it just, like, I forget that I have natural charcoal with me. When it comes to, like, mid-tones or mid-values or whatever you want to call them, I forget that I have a natural charcoal stick that can actually do things not as dark as the compressed charcoal. So I didn't forget that I had natural charcoal. There was a point where I remembered I had it. Man, this creature looks so weird. Shells for shoulders. I don't know what it has for feet. Anchors for hands. I don't know. This part right here, the shell part, I did not feel like doing that much detail, but I tried. I mean, I think the worst part about it, honestly, is the mouth. But yeah, I wanted it to be really dark. Like, that was the whole point. I didn't realize how difficult it would be to make it look like something was there, especially such a weird thing. It's not like you can fill in the blanks with a creature like this, because like, you don't see it every day, and so unless you play Doom 24/7, maybe not that long, a little bit more than the average person, you're not gonna really know what a Cosmic Baron looks like off the top of your head. Maybe if you're the designer. Right now, it's almost 5 o'clock, and I started the day a little earlier than I want to admit, but you know, it's fine. I'm just so sleepy. This is one of those things, okay, it's kind of like after I drew the final iteration of Mark. At the very end of the video, I wasn't happy with it, and I was just like, oh, this is a failure. Oh well, I guess I tried. Then I stepped away for a while and I looked at it again and I was like, okay, I actually really like it. This is the same. I even stepped away for like 5 minutes and I came back and I was like, it actually looks fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. I guess the biggest stressor is I want to document almost every drawing I do. Unless it's atrocious, then I won't, you know, have the guts to put it on the internet. But I want to be as transparent as possible and document my off days. Again, like I said, you step away for a few minutes and then you come back, and sometimes it's not as... Actually, I'd say 99% of the time it's not as bad as you thought it was. I wanted to talk about it right after I finished it to encapsulate what goes through my mind right after something like this. And it's just a good thing that I had a drawing recently that did turn out the way that I wanted it to. So it's just a good thing I have that as an anchor, so I know that I'm not, you know, losing it. I mean, you know, this is part of the fun. So yeah, excuse my unkemptness. I will probably utilize that stick figure of mine a lot more than I thought I was gonna use it.